Good afternoon, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. It feels like it's, I don't know, still feels like it should be earlier in the week. It feels too late in the week already. I feel like it's only like Monday or Tuesday today. But guys, I got everything done on my planner for today, except for I didn't get any of the laundry done, but I had to wait for my dad to take care of his laundry basket because I just washed my parents' comforter, like in all of their bedding and stuff like that. So there was huge bulky stuff and I didn't have any room to put any other clean clothes in their clean basket, because that's how we do it, how we do laundry. So normally I do the laundry, which I totally don't mind. I actually kind of enjoy doing laundry, but I will not fold people's clothes or put them away. I hate doing it for my own stuff. So that is everybody else's responsibility. I'll take care of like the towels and dish rags and all that kind of stuff, but once I find, like, I will separate out like Matthew and Jack's baskets, because it goes upstairs to them, and my parents' basket, and then my stuff I just bring right into my room and put away. It makes me put it away and not have a huge, you know, jumbled pile of stuff that I am waiting on putting away. So for me, if I just have like, you know, a few things in the laundry that were cleaned per load, then I put it right away, and it helps prevent a buildup of clothes everywhere. So yeah, when I have clean clothes for people, I just throw it in their basket and then they put it away once it's full. My parents' basket was full, so I really couldn't do any other laundry, because actually their comforter, I believe, is still in the dryer. I didn't even have enough room in their basket because there was a lot of clothes in there as well, and on top of that too, their comforter, which I'm just gonna go throw on their bed as well. But so tomorrow I should be able to run a load, but that was the only thing today I didn't get to. Did dishes, edited, uploaded. I got a little bit more. I was telling you guys yesterday how I was kind of organizing my recipe book sort of thing that I was doing, to just make finding recipes and stuff like that easier for myself out of all the books that we have. And then me and my mom, actually, we ended up going to Menards today and ended up getting a couple of bird things, because lately, guys, I have been an insanely avid bird watcher recently. Just these last like few days, maybe the last couple of weeks now, we have like been getting different suets for the bird feeder, and I think really ever since over last weekend or whatever it was, when we hung those lights up on the deck, and we just kind of like, the deck just feels a lot cleaner and stuff like that. Me and my mom, we got a little like a square like paver block, because we had 3 of them, and they're like the bigger, like, you know, about a foot or so. I think this one was maybe 9 by 9 that we got, but the other ones we have are like 9 by 12 or something like that, like paver stones, and for some reason we only have 3 of them. I don't know why, but we have 3 of them. Needed a 4th one so that we could move the grill off the deck, because we're going to do a patio right off of the deck. Anyways, guys, that's kind of a long story. We're gonna get that and stuff like that, but basically the grill is going to be off the deck, and we got a grilling gazebo from Aldi that we're gonna put over there as well. So right now the grill is on our deck where it's covered, but if we moved it off, we can just make sure that we keep, you know, the what's it called, the cover on it, so it doesn't get rusty when it rains and stuff like that. But we're just concerned about it sinking into the dirt that's there right now. I mean, it's a little heavy, so we were like, well, let's use 3 of the 4 pavers, so we got a 4th one. We moved the grill off there, and the deck just feels so much more open, so we can sit on there and just watch the birds. And I've been spending so much more time actually outside, really, this week too. Like, I ate dinner outside today. I ended up having breakfast, I think, not yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago, like on Monday or something like that. And then I think I had maybe dinner or lunch on there, like, also on Monday. Yesterday I spent a little bit amount of time outside, not a whole ton, but I was outside for a little bit. And so yeah, I feel like I've been spending way more time outside, and I've noticed that like I've been actually watching the birds in the backyard, because we have a bird feeder. I told you guys too, we got the hummingbird feeder last week, and we had a suet feeder. We also had a little bird feeder that was in the front yard, along with another hummingbird feeder that we got. And we'd attracted hummingbirds not last year, but like 2 years ago, a lot. And they were really liking it. And the old feeders that we had, that ended up breaking. But they were cheap, like ones that were plastic from the dollar store. We got a little bit better quality ones, so hopefully they will last longer. but we also ended up getting that plant too that hummingbirds have been really attracted to as well right now. So anyways, we got that stuff, and we saw a hummingbird. I've seen probably like maybe 4. I think I've seen like 4 to 5 hummingbirds, not all at once. It could be the same one, but at different periods of time, which has been really cool. So mainly I've seen them around the plants. They haven't really been attracted to the feeders so much yet, but I saw one yesterday in the front yard. It was actually eating our pink flowers. Well, not eating, but you know, sucking the nectar out of the pink flowers in the front yard. I saw 2 that were actually like eating from the back flower, that's the hanging pot that we have. And then today we saw one, actually it just kind of came over our garage and then ended up turning back around because me and Jack were in the backyard setting up a couple of other bird things. So what we ended up getting was this like ultimate bird feeder. Basically it's sort of like a shepherd's hook, but it's got 4 different things on the top, and it actually came with the bird feeders too. So one of them, I don't think it ended up coming with 2 thistle feeders, one of like the tube feeders, and then also a suet feeder. Plus it also has a small platform one that you can do for like mealworms or fruits. We just ended up putting down some like just regular bird seed that we had in our regular bird feeder, because the doves and other like ground feeding birds have been liking that, like platform feeding birds. So we were thinking that that might still attract them just to that, like the platform sort of that's on there as well. It's just a small little like circular thing, like mesh that like kind of hangs off there. So again, we ended up putting that on there just for now. We wind up actually putting mealworms on there, because they're really attracted to mealworms. The only thing is that this is kind of messy, kind of gross, kind of buggy, and not looking forward to getting those. But my mom was like, we'll definitely attract some unique birds if we get that. So again, we ended up getting that. It came with 2 thistle feeders, but one of them I don't think was supposed to be a thistle feeder. I think it was supposed to be more of like the wider mesh kind of like tube feeder. For anybody that knows birds, probably maybe knows what I'm talking about. I don't know how else to describe it. But it didn't. It came with 2 thistle feeders. So we ended up getting thistle food and then also some smaller seed, because the kind that we had was like a bigger, like chunkier stuff. It had like big piece of fruit, like big sunflower seeds, peanuts, and a couple of other like bigger seeds that we were using again for our main bird feeder. It's like a little log cabin, but it kind of has like some flat, like it like juts out a little bit and has some flat points. So there's actually doves in there yesterday, and grackles, and what else did I see in there? Sparrows and finches have been loving it as well, which it's been kind of rare a little bit to see finches, but I feel like we're attracting them a lot more, and especially with the thistle feeders, I believe that they're very attracted to that. So anyways, we ended up getting that, along with we ended up getting a bird bath as well. So that thing though, the one that came with all of the bird feeders plus like the shepherd's hook sort of thing, it was only $25, and we ended up getting a bird bath, which is a really pretty like glass one, because we were like, let's not go with plastic, just because we used to have a plastic one and you gotta like weigh it down and stuff like that, and it doesn't, I don't know, we've broken them and stuff like that. I don't know that it would happen now, but we were like, let's just invest in like a good one. So it was 35 bucks, which wasn't ridiculously expensive, but I'd seen some similar ones at Aldi, but I think last year, and then this year I was looking for them and I hadn't seen them at all, and I think they were only like maybe 20 or 25 bucks, maybe 30, but I figured that it was probably cheaper than what it was at Menards, and they were kind of the same thing. They were like a glass one with like leg stands, I guess, if that makes sense. And it has a really pretty painted like glass sort of look. So the other thing is that I'm hoping that's not going to wind up fading then because of it as well, because it's like glass. So again, we ended up getting that, and the bird feeder. So I will show you guys maybe in tomorrow's vlog where we ended up kind of moving all the stuff, because we had a double shepherd's hook that we got last year. I ended up moving that to the front along with the old suet that we had and the small bird feeders in the front, plus our short shepherd's hook with the hummingbird feeder is in the front. So that's hopefully to attract some birds to the front yard. And then the backyard, which is where they've been coming like crazy, we got that 4 thing that we just got today, that has the 4 different types, well 2 of the same, the 2 thistle ones, and then one of the other like tube ones, and then the suets, and then the like platform one. And then we have a regular bird feeder that's like a little log cabin that you can fill up, and it's sort of a little platform like, and we've noticed that some platform bird eaters, what are they called, ground feeders, I think those are the ones that have kind of been attracted to that as well. And then we have a 3rd shepherd's hook that has a hummingbird feeder on it, along with my mom actually got a little hummingbird perch that was only like $2 I think, and we have an S hook, a big S hook thing that's hanging off of that, and it's hanging on there. So if we do wind up attracting them to the feeders, they might possibly like to, you know, sit on there. So again, I will probably show you guys that tomorrow. But yesterday I was like in awe of how many birds I saw in the backyard. I'd seen tons and tons and tons of sparrows have been coming like regularly, and several finches. Then I saw 3 doves in the backyard, which it's weird. I've seen them in the front yard, not so much in the backyard. But they were like 3 of them just like sitting there on the ground. One of them at one point was on the feeder. They were on the like the fence post as well, but I actually took pictures. I didn't realize the first picture I took, there's actually a woodpecker that was flying away. I saw a woodpecker yesterday, and I think that was pretty much it. And then again, I saw the hummingbird well, no, actually guys, I saw the hummingbird, I think it was yesterday maybe, or Monday. It was actually came up to our kitchen window and was hovering right in front of, while I was washing my hands, next to the left window, and then flew over and was hovering at the right window, and then flew away. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy. So I don't think I saw the hummingbird yesterday. Oh no, I did in the front yard. I saw it eating out of the flowers. So I saw that. I saw, like I said, a ton of different birds. I also saw 2, I think it was 2 cardinals as well. So that was really cool. Plus regular like grackles, sparrows, and finches, which are like normal birds that like even when we had not interesting stuff, they were normally coming. But again, the doves I thought were pretty cool, the woodpecker, and the cardinals, which we see cardinals a lot, but normally we don't attract them to the backyard. So they've been, again, coming and being attracted to the backyard. The thing that stinks is that we don't have any bushes for them to kind of like hide in, you know, when they get scared and, you know, fly off and stuff like that. But where we ended up putting them, right on the other side of our fence, our neighbors have bushes, both like to the left of us and then also behind us as well. So it's kind of in that perfect spot where they just kind of hop over the fence and come and eat at the bird feeder, and then they can go back and kind of hide if they want to. But on our property right now, we just planted a lilac bush last year, but it's not big enough for them to like hide in. And in the front yard, what I'm hoping to do is attract some of them, and they can, again, there's some, you know, shelter for them in the burning bush that's in the front, plus our forsythia bush as well. Plus there's some pine trees that are sort of to the left as well. But I haven't really attracted a whole ton to the front yard, so I'm hoping that that suet as well will start maybe hopefully attracting some of them. So again, we ended up getting all that. Then today I saw 2 woodpeckers, both a female and a male, which I thought was super cool. And the one male came back like 3 times, I think. If it was the same one, I'm assuming it probably was. But it was super attracted to the suet that was out there today. Plus I saw a cardinal out there as well. Like, I just have been like loving seeing these birds back there. And then like I've seen some robins as well, but they tend to stay in the front yard and kind of hop around and just eat out of the front yard. But I think that a lot of birds have been, you know, kind of like flocking and congregating in the backyard a little bit, you know, and have been like comfortable enough. Like, we'll sit out on the back porch or even walk into the garage. Like, we did that. I did that yesterday, and I didn't scare away. There was, I think, the woodpeckers and the doves were both in the backyard at the same time. I actually went out there to go tell my dad to look outside and see them, because he was out in the garage, and I didn't even scare him away. So I think they're getting a little bit more comfortable and not real skittish or anything, but I'm hoping that the stuff we put out there will attract them, along with the bird bath and all that kind of stuff. So yeah guys, like I said, I've turned into like this avid bird watching like total nature person really in the last, like, I mean, not so much birds, but like just like, I feel like a completely different like nature person really in the last like year or two, maybe about 3 years. Like I've just totally been like, you know, loving plants, and again attracting different kinds of birds, and you know, our backyard is not big enough to attract wildlife like deer and all that kind of stuff, but you know, growing our garden, our vegetable garden, and just our regular flower beds and stuff like that. And you know, my mom was like, we should plant these plants because they're, you know, birds are really attracted to this kind. My ultimate goal for birds is that I really want to attract a blue jay, because I think I've seen a blue jay maybe 2 or 3 times ever in my life, and they're common around here. I should see them more, but I think I saw one time when I was little in my friend's backyard, and it flew over my head like real low too, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a cool bird. And so we could definitely attract them. I'd love to see that, and there's a couple of other different types of birds. But the other thing is too, we saw I think it was on Monday actually, when we were in my mom's office hanging like the shelves and stuff like that, we saw a different kind of woodpecker. We see the normal like downy woodpeckers, but we actually saw, I think it's called a hairy woodpecker, which is a bigger woodpecker. It actually flew all the way up and was actually sitting on our deck for like a couple of minutes and then flew away. And so that was really cool experience as well. But like I said, we're totally turning into like these bird watchers. It just thinks that we have no trees and very few bushes that, again, you know, normally it's very like woodsy, I think attracts a lot of birds, but because it's not so much, it's very, our backyard is very open and just like super sunny and stuff like that, and there's not a lot of shelter for them. I think that it maybe isn't attracting as many, but I think that now again they're kind of congregating and getting used to, you know, just a lot of birds have been kind of popping in and out, so I think that they're getting used to, you know, being in the backyard and stuff like that. You know, they'll come to where the food is, and so once a couple start coming, then more start coming and stuff like that. Like I said, attracting those doves yesterday, and then they were back again today, and the woodpeckers too. Something really cool. So yeah guys, like I said, I've turned into a total total bird watcher, total like, I don't know, nature person and stuff like that. So I will show you guys most likely tomorrow. I don't know that we're gonna leave the setup where it is. The problem is that I wanted to actually put the new bird feeder in the like far back of the yard, but I could not get it more than like a couple inches into the ground, and it has to go in like maybe a good foot or so, and I could not, like the ground was just not soft enough. I don't know, because there used to be like an alleyway back there a long time ago, before we even moved in, but I'm thinking that maybe it's just real rocky and stuff like that. That's why we couldn't get it in. But then I put it over where old like jungle gym used to be, which is all, we used to have wood chips, so the ground there is really soft and like fertile and stuff like that, and they went in pretty much no problem. And the one in the flower bed in the front yard also went in no problem. So I didn't put them where I wanted them to go, and it looks kind of cluttery in the backyard because there's 3 shepherd's hooks all right in a row, and then the bird bath. So we want to try and move them, but at current moment they're just gonna stay there, and that's where the birds are used to them. So we're gonna leave it right now, but we'll see what we're gonna do in the long run. But anyways guys, I will most likely, like I said, show you guys that tomorrow. It's just, it's not sunny enough and it's late, and it's probably no lights. I could get the back light on, but in the front yard too, you wouldn't be able to tell at all. So anyways guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.